That's
We're live. I'm just gonna yourselves or just enjoy the music.
J6 Jam, man.
J6. I was just talking to him on another Spaces. Dude's a legend. Yo, welcome everybody. RugRoast episode 20. We've done 20 of these already. Well, I have 21. You came on midway. But yeah, we've got Memepotz with us today. But first off, we'll just start, get a little warmed up. 21. Can you do something for me?
What's up?
Can you hit a rich flex? No, I'm just kidding.
I can hit a scam flex. I got scammed out of $350 yesterday.
Tell us how this miracle happened, and be sure to share the sources of the information.
Look. All right. So I knew FriendTech was gonna be my downfall. Okay. It's a good platform, right, for people to do whatever they want to do on it. I did not get scammed from FriendTech. I was just moving money off of FriendTech base back to mainnet Ethereum. And I looked at an article on CoinMarketCap that said, hey, this is like a good bridge between base Ethereum and mainnet Ethereum. So I went through the process, and in the process, it says that it's gonna transfer you the ETH in WETH. And I was like, all right, that's odd, but like that's fine. And so it does. Like I got the transfer, but they created their own scam token, named it WETH, and that's what they transfer into your account. So it's like it's worth nothing, right? So there's nothing I could do about it. So that's my scam for yesterday.
Well, hold on. I forget which chain it was, but one of them I was doing some transfers, and I got something that was really similar where I got like their own WETH, but there was a place to go to like exchange that for actual ETH. So there might be a way.
I mean, I looked for like MetaMask or for Uniswap or whatever to be able to like convert what they sent me, and they said it had no value. So I don't exactly know where I would go to do that, but yeah, so it is what it is. Lessons learned when using new chains, I guess.
Damn, yeah, that sucks, dude. You know what I was saying last night? We need so Memepotz, I'm gonna bring you up, but keep it on mute, otherwise you'll get feedback. We need like just a one place, one website that's like super trusted that just lists all the bridges.
Yeah.
Like all the bridges on one site. Somebody make that, and people will use it if we trust you.
Well, I tried to go to Coinbase and find like their bridge, but it was like if you have a Coinbase wallet. Well, I was like the base is in my MetaMask wallet. It's not in a Coinbase affiliated wallet, so it's like I needed to be able to bridge outside of like their ecosystem. Yeah.
Sasha. Thanks, Sasha. Sasha says boomers discussing bridging fun.
Anyways, so yeah, I got it is what it is. Like I said, I never transfer my entire bag when doing something new, just in case something like this happened. So thank God for testing. But yeah, don't do what I did. Don't use some random article linked to CoinMarketCap's website, because you'll get scammed too.
Good job, CoinMarketCap. Way to stay on top of things and not let scams get posted on your website.
For sure.
Round of applause for that. That's solid. So I tried a new strategy today with FriendTech. So basically, OnlyFans, you can post photos now. So I was just like spam buying anything that was OnlyFans, and they were all fake accounts. And then I just sold them all. And I felt weird because I was buying a bunch of OnlyFans accounts. So anyway,
I mean,
don't try that strategy.
It's really weird that OnlyFans hasn't incorporated crypto into it. I can only imagine it has to be their VC investors that are backing it, or they think that they're treading on very thin ice from a regulatory perspective already, that they just don't want any undue attention or scrutiny to be put on their platform. But I just think it's funny that like they could benefit greatly from allowing crypto on OnlyFans, but instead FriendTech will do it, So
I think Frentech's got a big opportunity there, right? They like allow video streaming and stuff. They already got the photos, but there's so much they can add. And the simps will be rolling in. They'll be buying, and they will be fapping a lot. So that's wonderful.
Sasha, it's talking to you.
That is directed at Sasha, who's not. He's not an old Asian lady. He's actually a young man. So young Bosnian man. So that's Sasha. I'm going to share his address here quick. Posted. Okay, cool.
He's voice doxed. He just says really, obscene things in the Rec Guy dive bar. So yeah.
Yeah, and shout out to his art project, the Sex Club. That's S.E.X. Look up the token. He drops actually super good art. So Sasha's the GOAT. I've got most of the drops. I sold a few, made some money, but I got most of his drops, and each month he drops a sweet piece of art. So suggest checking that out if
yeah, man, I missed that token and it never drops below like 1 ETH. Like, I don't know, he bribes all of his members to not like drop his floor price.
Yeah, he definitely sends us Ethereum and feet picks to prevent that. Speaking of feet picks, my new strategy on Friendtech. So I'm gonna just be posting thirst traps and feet picks like crazy. So guys, look up Burn Dogler on Friendtech, and there's gonna be a lot of feet. I got a jar of peanut butter ready for my next photo shoot.
I don't know why you think this is a successful strategy. Crypto is like 99% men. Like,
hey, it's some weird dudes out there, man. I don't think there's girls looking at
okay
feet
when you
pics.
have OG send it to your account for free, but if you're asking people to be inside your Friendtech for that bullshit, like nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, you do not want OG sending you anything at all. If you get a DM from OG, do not open it. You will not be happy with the result.
That's facts, actually.
Well, let's hop into it. We've got Memepotz here today. We've got Dr. H up on the stage. Dr. H, what's happening?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you very much for having us here today.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming on, man.
yeah. So actually, it's pretty early here. It's just 1 a.m. here. So yeah, how you guys are doing?
We're doing great, dude. Thanks for staying up to come on. I know time zones are always an issue with.
Yeah, when you're in Web3, the time zone doesn't matter. You all just have to follow along.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely, dude. So I guess if you want to start, tell us about how you got into crypto. Your
Yeah,
life
sure.
before crypto, how you got in, and what it's been like.
Yeah, so I got into crypto in, at the early 2019, and it was actually just because I wanted to, buy some in-game assets for a game. So that is when I had to actually, buy some Bitcoin. So it was my, first time, getting into crypto. And when I first purchased it, and it was like first time getting into buying Bitcoin, even though I knew about it before, but I never bothered to kind of like invest in it or something like that. But I just bought it for buying some online assets. So yeah, once I got it, I purchased a Bitcoin, a few of the Bitcoin, and then in a few days, I opened my wallet and I looked, it's going up. That was the time when the bull run was starting for the crypto. So then I was like, just leave all these games now. It's really fun because my background is in computer science. I've been learning it since on my college, and I'm a computer science graduate. So when I started learning about the blockchain technology and how this is working, and all the history of it, because now and then, all the time, the Bitcoin was always in the news, and how the blockchain technology is working. But I did not though know before that how far we have already come with the space. But then after that, I literally have had no time to play any game or whatsoever. So yeah, I was after the Bitcoin, I move on to Ethereum, learn more about it and all the apps and stuff being done on there. And then it was, early, 2021, or maybe at the end of the 2020, that I got into the, NFT space, where first time I minted, dot crypto domain. So that's what brought me to OpenSea. And, then I started, learning more and more about, what an NFT is, and, how it's working, and everything practically about it. So as I told you that I'm computer science graduate, I can, it was really interesting for me that how a piece of code we could, deploy it on a blockchain, what it's gonna stay forever, and unlimited possibilities that we get from it. So yeah, it was really interesting. And then I started seeing the projects that how many utilities and how many like different things that are like already being done, and more can be implemented. Like if you everyone must know about Awe and other banking apps and stuff. So yeah, it was really some power tool that was never available for humanity before this. So yeah, it changed everything. And yeah, that is how I got into too much attached to this space. And then I learned more about it, and every day is a learning day for it. I mean, say, like every day we are having something new. Every day new things are coming up. So yeah, this is a space where learning never stops.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. I mean, it's the environment's changing every day. Um, Always new things coming out. Um, nice, good stuff. 21. Any questions?
No, not yet. Just interested in hearing about the project and the details behind that.
Yeah, that was a little bit about the background, how I got into crypto, and how I like planning to pull off what I'm planning, how I envision it, the technical part of it and stuff like that. So the project, the Memepotz, actually it is just a project where we are bringing Web3 closer to the real world operations, right? What it mean is that that when we say real world operation, it is like let me take example for I was researching, and I found out that in Korea there are like driving licenses being tested out in a city where the driving license is actually an NFT. So with this NFT, it is not just like what everything we cannot just do in metaverse. We can bring it to real life too, right? So we can have some actual real world assets, and we can use NFT to like have have stakeholders, or like assets where we can have like a people from around the world, just like I would say the asset holding shareholders, which they can like invest into many businesses and stuff like that in real life. But the thing is that there have been many projects, and everything's been many new projects have been coming out. But the thing is that uh, there is really simple tools, what I think, really simple tools from web 2 which we can integrate within the web 3 to make web 3 a better place. And how I see to do with that, let's take the proof of growth. So what actually is proof of growth? So the thing is that in proof of growth, why don't we bring everything like, as we know that blockchain is transparent, every action can be seen there, right? So why don't we, when we start, let's take the example of the pot, right? So in pot we are actually going to build cannabis farm, right? Where one cannabis plant is equal to one NFT, one pot NFT. So how do we integrate proof of growth in it? So there is really simple way to do it, with the CCTV, right? We can have 24/7 live stream of CCTV, which is accessible to only the token holders through a tokenized dashboard where the holders are able to view the not only the view but other logs. There's other information that can be directly fed to the system through the sensors attached to it. So by having this 24/7 a live stream, it is not only the experience but like a kind of new thing that we can show the proof of growth happening 24/7, like no matter from where you are, any country, anywhere, you just own one NFT, and you know that there is one plant growing, and you could see it day or night, whenever you want to see it, and you can actually see the environments and stuff. So this is actually the proof of growth that 24/7 you're able to see this live stream.
Gotcha. So, okay, so you mint the NFT and then you have a pot plant that corresponds with that NFT.
Yeah, exactly.
So then what happens when like you harvest? Do you like ship the weed to people?
No,
Or like
no, that would that would not be possible because of all the regulations, and of course we don't know from where our holders are going to be, so it is never going to be like that. So the thing is about the harvest. Of course, when you're paying for your plant and you're seeing it grow and you're seeing it being harvested, of course you are going to get rewarded for it, which will not be in any like a token. We are not going to come up with any token whatsoever because it will have a lot of other things to be taken care of, which we are not actually about. We are just here for connecting the web3 to the real world operations. So for that we have really interesting way to reward the holders by the harvest that we will be getting, which will not be just by the end of the harvest. We have this plan, the staking system where I would I would just like to say that it is a system where every holder will be getting a digital bud each week, which will have its face value by the end of the harvest. you know so when we have the harvest, each bud will have its face value, where then the holder will be able to claim the deal or the offer that we will have for those birds, because the birds will in itself, if they choose to keep it on the dashboard, it will be they would be able to claim it, and the other option would be that they could mint that bird as an ERC 1155 uh, uh, NFT token, so which could have other use cases. So but for that, the harvest, it will be divided amongst all the holders of the NFT who are staking, or I would say growing it.
so you got the buds. What drives value to the digital buds? Like is someone gonna buy these or like how do they have value?
Yeah, so actually by the time that the cannabis is harvested, and then we sell it in the market, like a wholesale. So then the revenue that is generated by selling this cash crop, then we will have this divided for the buds that are being distributed in that time frame. That would be around 2 to 3 months. Okay, so it will have the value calculated after the harvest, and then and as we know that we have to replant those plants, because once it's harvested we have to plant new yield, new plants for new yields. Yeah, so after the harvest, it will be like a proper calculation, tentative calculation for the next harvest, and then the remaining, that the profit that we have, which it will be shared amongst the holders. No, that is how the birds will have their face value calculated.
Interesting. Okay. So you stake you get buds, and then you can cash those in for a percentage of the profit, right?
Yeah, or you could, if you want, you can mint them as a ERC 1155 token.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds a little bit like a security here in the U.S., but in other
yeah.
countries, that's might be fine. I don't know. I'm not a legal dude,
Yeah,
but
so the reason for having this as ERC 1155 token is that in itself, we are not paying out in USD. We are not paying out in any currency. It's a digital collectible. So that's about it. We are not paying out in US dollars or any other currency.
Then how does the profit from the harvest get back to the buds holders? How are you transferring that wealth? If just in ETH, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, actually, it will be like once it is ERC 1155 token, then the Memepotz can have offers set up for the token, because it will be ERC 1155 token.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
so you got the token. Okay, so the offers on the tokens come from the project itself, or do
Yeah,
you just mean you can put them on OpenSea?
the offers will come from from Memepotz. But if anyone else chooses to put an offer, then they can maybe they can sell it for a higher price or anything. Because when it turns into a collectible, it can have more value than what we are offering. So that is something that we cannot say anything about that now.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. All right.
And the thing is that the land we already have for it. So most of the things are already ready. We already have the license and everything ready for it, as we are based in Thailand. So it's legal here since 2021 of the June of 2021. So it's pretty much you could just actually grow 5 plants in your household without any requirement of land or anything.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? So it's
Yeah,
basically you're allowing people to subsidize a pot farm or a weed farm,
yeah,
kind of like Farmville for weed.
yeah, exactly. That is what I
Uh,
always mention everywhere, that I've used to love that game
yeah,
as
yeah,
as a kid. And then having seen that, when you are able to see an actual plant growing, from seeing it all, going through all those phases, from seeding, from growing, then harvesting and curing. So yeah, it is kind of like a game, but where it is actually happening. And you're always, if you're a holder and you're visiting Thailand, you are always welcome to visit. And it is more than just profit and loss stuff. It's more about the experience itself.
yeah, yeah. I can see that. I mean, I don't know how long somebody can sit and watch a video feed of
Yeah, but
plants,
when you
but
have this option to watch it anytime you can, then
yeah, yeah.
it's interesting.
It might attach yourself to the plant that you own from an in real life
Yeah,
perspective.
you could customize it with your name for everyone to see it, and there's so many things that can be added.
I am curious about this solution. It seems to be a very clever workaround, but I am no lawyer. But getting people to mint NFTs that the company itself then goes back and buys them back from you as a way to disseminate profits. It's interesting, right? Because like you said, you're not just paying out money. You're technically using a marketplace scenario where you would basically
Yeah,
rebuy
give
the NFTs from the public. Um, yeah, very curious. Like I said, I'm no lawyer.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, there's a little confusion. I think I must say that we will not be buying back the pod NFTs.
Okay.
It will be just for the buds, the digital collectibles, which will not be given as ERC 1155. There will be an option for the stakers and the holders to mint it as ERC 1155.
Okay. I thought you
Yeah,
said
that
that
would
you
be a separate collection. We
gotcha.
won't be buying back the pod collection. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
buying back what the rewards that you get for staking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not a legal scholar. I have no idea. If people in the US should plan to participate. I have gotten involved in projects in the past that mentioned profit sharing, and then basically had to stop doing that or not offer it to their communities. But those projects, one was based in the US and the other one was based in France. So you being based out of Taiwan, like you said, the laws would be different. So yeah, I like your guys' website. It flows pretty well. Um, and it sounds like an interesting project. I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be for me. I don't really know that I have any time in my schedule to stare at some plants on CCTV. But that being said, I do know a lot of people that are very interested in the growing process. I think OG would stare at this if he didn't have plants in his own house. But yeah, thanks for the explanation. Bern, you got questions, Bern?
OG would stare at this. I actually have 3 plants growing at my in-laws' house in their garden, and actually I learned yesterday I got to put like a fence around them, or a helicopter is going to land in their yard and I'll get fined. So we've got OG Kush, Super Skunk, and one other one. I don't know. I don't even smoke weed, but I'm growing them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest the buds, and we're building a house. So when the contractors are out there working, I'm going to be like, here's a giant bag of weed. Have a nice day. And they're going to like me more, and they're going to like help me with more shit. They're going to do a better job. And
that's
some people
that's actually a pretty ingenious plan. I didn't actually know you were that smart.
I'm smart as fuck. Like everyone knows that. But so some people said, okay, if you do that, then they're gonna be high on the job. Like they're fucking.
You got to give it to them on like Friday when they go home for the weekend.
Well, no, I used to work construction. They wake up and they smoke on the truck in the truck on the way to the job. Then at lunchtime they smoke again. So they're smoking anyway. So you're just supplementing their supply. It's helping a brother out.
All right.
But yeah, in terms of watching them grow, yeah, it'd be fun to check on every once in a while. But like for me, that'd just be like, one more thing to do. I mean, I don't know if I really love it, but there might be people that do. And then what 21 said about like, so you get your buds, and then you can get an NFT and then accept money based on that NFT. It does still kind of feel like the exact same thing in terms. I'm not a lawyer either, but it's like you just added an extra step in between. Again, I'm not a lawyer, and you guys are not in the U.S., so I don't know what type of risk you'd even be in, but that would be a little worrisome for me personally. What's the supply, and what is the mint price?
Yeah, actually, the supply is the 420, from which out of 420, only 300 will be available for the minting. And the price is not announced yet, so it will be announced probably next month.
So, like ballpark price. Do you have a ballpark you could give? Because that makes a pretty big difference.
Yeah, actually, it would be under. I would say it would be under 0.5 Ethereum.
Under 0.5.
Yeah.
Damn.
Under zero. Wait.
0.5 or 0.05?
Yeah, 0.5. Under 0.5.
So under half of an Ethereum.
Yeah.
Woo. That's a lot of money, bro.
I mean, I really appreciate the ode, obviously, to 420, and I really like the small supply. I think that's very smart.
Yeah, because we have to do only what we can, manage.
Right. No. It's
Yeah,
entirely
and it's a
smart.
Genesis collection. Yeah,
Um, I do have fears about the 0.5 price point, but
yeah,
if you market well and you get people who really love weed and they want to be part of this community that is small, you said you're only actually minting 300 of the
yeah,
420.
exactly.
You might see it, but there's not a lot of projects in this current market
Yeah,
that can sell even 300 of something at a half an ETH supply. So it may be something that needs to be marketed
yeah.
to
I
people.
mean,
You said like you're
yeah,
waiting for another month to figure it out.
yeah,
I would just do some research on, what types of projects in the last 18 months have been successful selling at a half an ETH mint before you decide on making that your
yeah.
number.
I get it. I get it. And actually, it was, I just gave you an idea of it would
Sure,
be
sure.
under that. How much under, we still have to, figure that out, because we have to, do only what we, actually need to move on with it, the project. We don't need anything more than that, what we actually need, because we already, have the land, and we already have, other assets to support the project. So it is not just all depending on the mint. So for that, we will be, that is why we are not, sharing the price right now. So yeah, that is the thing.
Nice. 21, don't open the dive bar right now. These dudes are just trolling us so hard. All right. Interesting. I don't know if I have any other questions. So you're looking at a total supply of
Yeah.
420, 300 being minted.
So this, I would just like to add something, that this proof of growth is not just, it is not limited to just this, pot collection. Actually, we are having our free mint collection, by the, first week of September. So where we actually, the area where we actually have the land for the, farm, over in that area, we actually already own a restaurant. So we are making a proof of growth example for the, Freeman collection, a kind of like a prototype, where in the Freeman collection we will, showcase how the proof of growth will actually work, like with the same live stream, and some insights about the place. If you can see the tab next to the pot, it's cups. So we are coming up with the free mint. So that will pretty much explain about the main concept of proof of growth.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck. We'll definitely keep
Yeah,
an eye on it. I'm definitely interested where you come down from a price perspective.
yeah,
Um, and we'll be interested to see what kind of community you could build around this, because as you know, there's a lot of degens in this space that definitely appreciate uh weed, and
yeah,
it's there have been plenty of projects in the past that have been successful,
yeah.
that
And cannabis is most memeable, I would say.
right, that are themed, right, and just memes. So this is actually trying to take a step out of the digital space and actually, tie it to real life. So we'll see how it works.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, let's rate it. 21, you want to go first?
um Yeah. So one of the things, like I said, I think you got a good website. I think that it's a really hard market right now. I think that small supply is probably best. So I appreciate that that's the direction that you were headed, and really you're trying to sell this out of a sustainable way to actually be able to do it with your own manpower. I also like that you already have the land, because I would say that 99% of the people that would try to do something like this would say, well, we'd buy the land after we did the project and we sold out, and so on and so forth. And so the fact that you already have the resources from a land perspective to actually make this happen is quite interesting. I don't know if the catch of the CCTV is big enough for me to mint, or the idea of the revenue share, because I just haven't seen it work very successfully in any projects that I've been in. But that's just personal experience. So for me, I'm gonna give it a solid 5. I think that it's gonna depend a lot on your marketing and your ability to attract the right crowd and your price point. And then even after that, I think a lot of variables come into play, right? So people don't know like what these the yielded staking is going to actually get them until after you go to harvest, and then it depends on pricing and so on and so forth. And unfortunately, my biggest call out is, degens have the attention span of like 5 seconds, and they want price to go up, and this is more of an experience, right? And so it really is going to take the right crowd to be able to give attention all the way through the project. So like I said, I'll give you a solid 5. I wish you the best of luck. I'll keep an eye on it to see how you guys progress.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so for me, the first concern is the legal side of things. I know that you got the ERC 1155 deal where you can mint it and then basically sell it back to the founders. But it almost seems like there's just like an extra step, and it's kind of the same thing. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know for sure, but that would make me a little hesitant. I do like the supply being low. That's good. I think the price using 0.5 as a benchmark is astronomically high. Even if you would have said 0.2, I would have balked at that, maybe even 0.1. And maybe that's just the market right now. But another thing is there's trust involved here as well. Personally, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but personally, I wouldn't invest that much capital unless it's somebody I know and know is well known in the space and doxed, and a lot of other people know them as well. That's kind of a trust thing. And I don't think you guys will do this, but theoretically, you could just say, thanks for the mint money. We're going to have our weed farm, and we're just going to keep growing weed at our farm. And there wouldn't be anything we could do about it. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but just personally looking at the risk factors that comes into play for me. Checking in on pot plants growing, that's cool. I don't know if it's a huge draw, but it is kind of cool. And for people who are really into cannabis, that might be pretty fun for them. Like it'd be cool if there was a way to smell it too.
Yeah, Web3 is actually all about community.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, you could build up a community around it. And what else? Yeah, I think that mostly covers it. I mean, it's a cool concept, and if it works, and you're able to return profit to the investors, then it's a great deal. And then, like 21 said, there's really no way to calculate so per plant you get about a pound per plant. So you'd want to know what that would sell for, and that depends on the type of plant as well. So you'd want to know what that'll sell for. How much profit they could calculate into that. There's a lot more variables that would have to come into play. In a bull market, yeah, might do good, but my rating isn't based on how I think it'll do. It's based on, is it for me? And personally, it's not for me, but that doesn't mean you guys won't be successful here. So I'm going to go with the meme of 4.2 for my rating. That's a suggestion from Hodl Hyena. So thanks for that suggestion. We'll go with 4.2. Yeah, I think you guys have a chance for sure, but it's not for me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the Spaces today. You want to say anything else before?
No. Thank you so much for having us. It was nice to get insights from you. Of course, we will be learning from it. Taking some lawful side into consideration and do some research on it. So we don't face any problems when we are launching it. So the main reason for coming here, having this talk, is to uh, move into the right direction, to get better understanding of what the market is right now and how we can make it better. So yeah, thank you very much for your insights and appreciate the rating. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. Yeah, and it might absolutely kill it in markets that are not the U.S. too, where regulatory is a little bit looser, right? So, if you have marketing dollars, you might want to avoid the U.S. and focus on markets where there's not as much regulation around that.
Yeah, that's definitely what is like the main thing that we're doing, that we are focusing the Asian market more.
Nice, I love it, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you might absolutely crush it in the Asian market. I know there's a lot of people involved, and
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably doing better than our market,
Yeah.
just based on what I've seen. So,
Yeah.
good luck, man.
Thanks
Good luck with
very
the
much.
project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Why they gotta do us so dirty when we're live and I can't actually read all these damn comments?
Should we read through each comment? Sasha said, ha 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 ha. We're still live, by the way.
We are definitely still live. No, we don't need to go through this because that would give them the attention they don't deserve. I was talking about the dive bar specifically, not the comments on YouTube. But some of these memes in here are already hilarious. All right. Good review. Not for me either. Not something that I would buy into. But we do have to remember on this show that we're rating, the project overall, and understand that it could sell in a different market. Like, I don't know what the Asian NFT market is like. And I think something that we didn't talk about is, with it being such a low supply, he could really like sell it like locally, right? Like invest in a local like cannabis farmer, right? And you can get people from, if they have the money, from Taiwan to invest in something like this. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm not gonna initially write it off. I don't think it's like a banger. I don't think it's gonna like explode. But as an experiment, the Web3 Farmville of cannabis, sure, why not?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and that's interesting what you said about like finding local investors. You don't really hear about that with NFT projects that are trying to like just fund a business, right? Yeah, that's a great use case, right? Go straight to like VC people or angel investors and say, look, I'm not minting this publicly. This isn't going to anybody. I'm just trying to find investors for a percentage, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, when I was talking to some VCs on a project that I was advising a year ago, I guess, it was more of an art project, and the idea was you would create these basically the artist would create a custom work, and it would become a token, and you'd basically raise off of that token. And so I don't think the concept is new to use NFTs as a vehicle for VC investment, or any kind of local investment. So it could work from a regional standpoint. You never know.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Cool. Did you have any Pepe bags?
No, I do not have any Pepe bags.
I do. I had a decent amount, and I just got more last night when I saw it crash. I was like, yeah, I was gonna go get more.
And then at 3:00 this morning when I was talking to you sold it all because you panicked.
No, I'm not. I don't panic, dude. I don't give a shit if I lose it. On to the next one. I'm just more wrecked, and I'm feeling good about it.
Dude, there's too many things that I want to buy, and I feel like having it in Pepe, like, I don't know, it's probably a really great bet. A lot of smarter people than me have money in Pepe, and the next bull it could totally explode. I wouldn't have been shaken out by the devs selling, because Pepe has nothing to do with the devs. The devs burnt their access to the contract. It's revoked. So they can't do anything. They can't add supply. And I think I read they went from like 6% token share to owning 2%. That's bullish as fuck for the token that exists off of a meme. Like memes are generated by the community, has nothing to do with the devs working behind it. So if I owned, I'd be like, dude, sell it all. Let them sell all of it so that we never have to worry about that again. Because I think the next highest holders are just exchanges, right? Like dexes and stuff. So to me, it wasn't a bearish event. And for people that sold based off of that information, it's very clear that they either let their emotions get the best of them because they didn't know what was happening, or they're looking at Twitter's initial reaction, which was just all FUD, which was, very misplaced or on purpose, for people that wanted to buy more at a lower price. So that's kind of my take on it.
Well said. You got to take the emotion out of it, which easier said than done, right? But when something like that happens, you have to take a step back and think, what was your original investment thesis, right? Why are you in it? What impact does this event have? Like, what does it truly have?
Yeah.
And it's almost, it crashed the price. But it's going to get to a point where no more damage can be done from that.
I mean, I want to just be in Ovi's head. I know he's a much more disciplined investor than I could ever imagine being, right? But that being said, like he had a ton of Pepe early and sold it and missed out on probably like his words like 20 million. And then he went back and bought it at the top, and now he's down like 60%. Like the torture that Pepe is bringing him. I wonder how that compares to like Mando, who's more silent about like how much.
Did you hear him this morning on the GM show?
No,
So he was talking about it, and he was like giddy and like giggling about the crash. He's like, "Oh, I love it." He's like, "I'm just gonna get more." He's like, "I just went long."
God. I wonder if like Ovi's lost a shit ton of money and Mando's like already made a shit ton of money. Like I wonder what that dynamic is like. But Ovi came on Twitter and was like, he broke it down and was like, this is not something that I would overly be concerned about. It's actually really bullish for Pepe long term. Like, and then immediately some idiot, I think, created another Pepe token that went to like a 20 million evaluation or whatever. Stuff like that's always going to happen on the backs of like bad news, but no real money is going to invest in something like that long term. So congratulations for adding to your bags. I mean, it's still down. I could probably buy some if I want, but I'm not sure because I have other investments that I'm willing to ride to zero that I want to collect more of. And I know diversification. So maybe I should stick some in one meme coin just in case, it becomes the next US dollar, like true Pepe holders feel like it's going to be one day.
It probably will, dude. But I just have a little bit in here. I mean, if you look at my whole portfolio, it's a small percentage. It's a decent little bag, It's like if Pepe were to somehow go to like a 40 billion market cap somehow, I'd be fucking good.
If Pepe just surpassed Bitcoin's market cap, everybody's gonna be a quadrillionaire. Like
it could happen.
Some of the math on Twitter is hilarious. I'm not bagging on Pepe holders because you see this all in every meme coin, but like they're like, oh, if I can just like 100x from here or 1000x from here, and people like will be in the comments being like, if you 1000x from here, it'd be a bigger market cap than all of Bitcoin. Like people don't like
be bigger than Apple,
right? They don't understand what they're wishing for, right? Or what their hopes are for. And I know some of that is in jest, but I actually think that a lot of it is in ignorance. So, just have limiting expectations like we've done before in Wrecked Guy. And then if you make 20 million, then congratulations. If you make 20 million, we'll never hear from Ovi and Mando again because they will be buying private islands somewhere and just telling us all to fuck off.
I don't think they will though. They're addicted to it. If I made 20 million, peace out, motherfuckers. I'm gone. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, man. I would never be here ever again. I would just start an anonymous wallet and just buy art. That's what I would be doing. But nobody would know it was me, and I wouldn't say a word.
I'd buy the entire supply of Wrecked Guys. I'd buy all of them, and then I'd just burn them.
You could buy the ones that are for sale. There's a lot of diamond hands that aren't gonna give them up that easily. But there's definitely what's listed right now, like 500. Are we over that now?
I never look, dude. I don't ever look at floors or.
Oh, I don't ever look at the floor. I have
Any
no
of it.
idea what the floor even is, but I know that a while ago they were talking about Blur's website. I'm gonna say this: it crashes every single time I'm connected to it. Every day I've got to completely shut down the tab and like open it up, and it's actually really frustrating.
Well, sir,
but
have you heard of dgens.finance? It's a pretty good website to.
No, I heard it sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually
It's
really
made
good
by a
website.
bunch of scammers, but I like it.
Yeah, so 505 listed. That's actually pretty low. Floor price 0.58. So we didn't crash like a ton, right? Like we were almost at what, like 0.7 something a couple weeks ago. So I mean,
0.7, then we went down to like 0.5, and then we're just
that's the range, right? And like it's affected by the rest of the market. Like everybody was down 20-30% a couple days ago. I guess there was a nice bounce last night, but like you said, I don't check floor prices either, so I never really know. I'm comfortable in letting my wrecked guy and rug radio bags go to zero and just see what they're worth in a couple of years. So yeah, man, good show. Got any plans this weekend?
I'm gonna be cutting trees and burning wood, and that's it. I'm gonna end the broadcast though.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna be cutting trees, just deforestation.
We got mogged in dive bar, by the way. I actually have a pair of those glasses. I wonder. Oh, you already ended it.
Yeah, that actually looks cool. End broadcast. Oh yeah.